Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Do you tend to give too much in your relationships? Do you give and give and give and give, but tend to get very little back in return? Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention because today's video is just for you. Because we're going to talk about giving too much. See, I believe you absolutely can give too much. Now, I know, contrary to popular belief, we believe that when you love someone, you're supposed to give and give and give and give. And that's true to a certain degree. I believe that when you love someone and you know that they're there for you, you give everything you can. You give your heart and your soul to do everything you can to make that person happy or happier and make their life better. But on the flip side of that is that you're a human being and that you have needs as well. And that if you're not getting back what you need from the relationship, then ultimately it's not the right relationship for you. So let me give you an example. There's this myth out there that relationships are 50-50. And I believe that's partially true. Relationships may be 50-50 sometimes. But the reality is in the world we live in, relationships are 60-40, it's 45-55, it's 30-70, depending on what's going on in the world and in both of your lives. There are times in my relationship with my wife where I had to be there for her and I had to give a lot. And there were times where she had to sacrifice and she had to give a lot to me. And so there's this dynamic of it's kind of a pitch and catch type of relationship where you're pitching and then you're catching, you're giving and then you're getting back. And depending on what's going on in your life, depends on where you're at in this formula. So, we got to get rid of this myth that, relationships are 50-50. What I believe is that each relationship should be 100-100, and that each person is giving 100% of what they can towards the other person and the relationship. Now, that being said, just because a person is giving 100% doesn't mean they're giving that other person everything, because based on where they're at, based on the challenges that they're going on, the stress that they're going on with, and what they're dealing with in their life, sometimes that's all they can give is, but that they're giving their best and that they show that they're committed to the other person. Now, that being said, I want to talk about giving too much because there's a telltale sign of recognizing when you're giving too much. See, I'm all for giving, giving, giving. I'm a very giving, loving person by nature. If I love you and I care about you and you're in my life, I'm going to do everything I can to be there for you, to support you. But I have one simple rule, is that when I am not getting back the appreciation, the respect, the love that I demand, the same love that I give towards others, then it's time for me to make a choice on what I want to do with that relationship. If it's having a conversation, I'll talk to that person. If it's getting rid of that person because that person is just a taker, then I get rid of that person, because it's about loving and honoring yourself first. So part of giving is understanding is that you absolutely can give too much. And the way that you recognize it, and I want you to write this down because I believe that there are 6 clues. And so those clues are frustration, sadness, upset, anger, depression, resentment. When you are experiencing any of those 6 things on a regular basis, frustration, sadness, upset, depression, anger, and resentment, that's a telltale sign that you're not getting back what you need from that relationship. You see, I don't believe in being Mother Teresa and just being a human doormat for other people and just giving, giving, giving and getting nothing in return. We're human beings. We need things. We need food. We need water. We need air, because without those things, we're not going to survive. And we need love. We need respect. There are things we need from that other person. We need to enjoy that other person's company. So there are things that we absolutely positively must get back in return. That's why it's called a relationship. It's about 2 people being in connection and being in each other's lives. So you have every right to say, you know what? I'm going to give and give and give and give because I love you. I care about you. I want to be there for you. But you have every right to say, you know what? There are things that I need too. And maybe right now you can't give me everything I need, but you show you're committed. You're working on your stuff. You're committed to ultimately getting back to that place and giving me what I need. So I believe that, sometimes you have to sacrifice in order to be there for your partner. However, if that sacrifice doesn't ultimately end and that person doesn't change and ultimately give you what you need, it's time to really consider whether that's the relationship for you. So, love to hear what you think. I want you to take some mirror time. Ask yourself, do you have a habit of giving too much? Look back over your past, look back over your relationships, look at your relationships now, not just with your intimate partners, but with your family members, with your friends, with your coworkers. Do you give too much and not get back what you need? Well, if so, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Why? It's 3 letters, but it's a huge question that will lead you to great insight. Because once you understand why you give too much, then it's easier to make the changes you need to make so that you can find that partner who will give to you the way you'll give to them. So, love to hear from you. If you have any questions about giving too much, is this video brought up anything for you? Love to hear your questions, love to hear your feedback, love to hear your comments. As always, an honor, privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.